Welcome to Girl Talk. One of the things that Ashley and I thought we would bring to the Medicine Hat media landscape is talk about P. Diddy.
Ooh.
Because the Medicine Hat news doesn't really report on it, and neither does community TV. They're really focused on local news, which I do want to also speak on. We're a little bit more rumors and gossip focused in a smart way, of course, with sources cited, but we're not above gossip. That's what.
No.
And also not toxic. We're not toxic people. I don't think. I think everyone's a little toxic though, to be honest. Like we live in a poison society. And
100%.
I've been watching a lot about divination and parasitic entities and just energies in general that can be subconscious, especially if you're not spiritual. You might not believe in that. You might just see it as, vibes or just feelings type of thing. But anyways, one person that is extremely toxic is P. Diddy.
Yes. And everything, it just keeps coming.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. And so there's been one new lawsuit filed as of yesterday with an expected 10 more. And I follow this really great reporter who does a lot of the reading of these court filings on TikTok. A lot of my info comes from TikTok, which is super common, but obviously I'm going to do some research outside of that thing. But one thing that I also know is that there's a big disconnect from TikTok to Instagram and that sort of thing. So we're trying to bridge that gap and bring that information to our community and our platform. So that's just a side note. Okay, so new lawsuit. It's another getting drugged at a nightclub. The guy escaped. It was a 23-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a performer.
Which I feel like is typical. That's what I'm noticing. It's that's his power move. Oh, you want to be rich and famous? I'll make you rich and famous. But first.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely a power move. Yeah, so there was actually a picture submitted in the lawsuit of the little plastic thing that he took the drugs out of. He said there was everyone in the VIP section of this club was using, and then he became unconscious. He woke up to Diddy doing things in that region.
Yeah, he said he was noticeably wet.
Noticeably wet. And then Diddy what did he do? He threatened that he would ruin his career and blah 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 if he spoke about it.
Yeah, told him if he went to his manager that he would never be anything. And
yeah, he didn't get a chance to bring out the NDA papers because the guy literally left and lied and said he had to go to the bathroom. Pretended to comply for a little bit because they wanted to set up a group thing, and Diddy wanted to watch. This is the alleged story.
That's the other thing I heard is that he used his power okay, say you weren't getting famous, you were just at a party and you saw some stuff and then you took off. Then I've heard, read, watched, whatever, that he would come for you. He would fuck around with stuff in your house. He would have you followed, noticeably, things that you would notice, but anyone else, if you told anyone, they'd think you're crazy. There's no way that's happening. But
you start to
mentally,
psychologically
mess with you, so you don't say anything.
That reminds me of another story. I won't get too much into it, but this guy who was a content creator in Hollywood, LA, he ended up going to one of these kind of elite parties, and they did it in stages. There was some weird ritualistic kind of stuff going on, and he chose to opt out of this humiliation ritual that they wanted him to do.
God.
And for weeks after, he said that's kind of the same vibe. Things were happening to his vehicles and people were in his house just moving things around, making it known that they knew and could get into his house and stuff. But anyways, some crazy stuff coming out of Hollywood. Also, the fires were
set up, I'm sure.
There's footage of people either making the fires worse or starting new ones. Also, the just like when those other fires happened, was it in Canada? There's just like when you see the aerial shots, there's three fires that erupt at the same time in California.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And again, so there's videos of people like starting the fires. So super interesting. I haven't dug too deep into it. I was kind of on the maybe more conspiratorial side of the Hawaii fires as well.
Same.
Yeah.
It's not out of the realm to think that that's a possibility. Like if you really sit back and like look at society as a whole and everything that's going on, and
There was a Chinese drone or satellite or whatever above Hawaii at the time of the fires that like had laser technology.
see, not surprised. Truthfully.
I mean, the internet sleuthing is at like a maximal. These Gen Z people, mostly it's Gen Z. These people, they got the energy, they got the passion,
Let
they're
them.
researching, and like, yes, we always have to have discernment,
Of course.
but like, I'm so impressed with some of the point. And there's actually like lots of news outlets that are using like the evidence that people are bringing forth in their lawsuits. Like that is a quote from like Diddy is one of them. Like their lawyer has like said he uses TikTok to like help him with his case.
Mm-hmm.
So that is why we're also trying to bring the culture in Medicine Hat to up to that level too. Because
mm-hmm.
I think I know people are on TikTok. Like I have a few Medicine Hat people, but like not a lot. And
no.
I don't.
Most of the people I know, they're like, don't even have.
They're
TikTok
like anti TikTok,
which is fine.
which is fine, yeah. But there's just something missing on Instagram. Like there's some good reels on Instagram, and like I'm still entertained, and I like the social element. But you know, we just gotta.
There's just more depth on TikTok, more variety, more.
Yeah, and like, I mean, I still scroll past like so much stuff.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Anyways, we're just trying to turn our like addiction into something productive for you. um, what else? Oh, right. So a lot of people talk about tariffs and Donald Trump and you know all of that sort of thing. And there's so many directions that this conversation can go. And one thing I thought would be interesting to talk about first is we're going to talk about the black and white cannibalism thing that I showed you today.
Yeah.
Because it's Black History Month, and you may or may not have heard that there was an order signed that stopped celebrating Black History Month in America. They also took away like other like holidays, like officially.
Like as of today, 2025?
Yeah, like not today. It was
like this year.
In the last week. I mean, there's been a lot of shenanigans.
Like, why are we regressing so much?
Well, they're really pushing back against like these identity politic kind of stuff, even though they're like using identity politics in their own way. Just aligning with some other type of people. Elon. Wow. And also they're calling it a coup. Like, and there's like a definition for a coup, and basically Elon going into the country's like main computer servers over the weekend is something that happened. And like they're saying, like the TikTok reporters are saying like that is evidence for a coup because it like usurps the power from within type of deal, and it's like not in the public's best interest. There's like a strict definition. I did not come prepared for that conversation, but what I did come prepared for is that there is creators talking a lot about Black history and just reminding us, and I really resonate with just like more marginalized voices, Indigenous voices, and listening more to them. And even a really well-known reporter, she used to report for the Global News, she even said like it's the weakest people, not like the weakest in strength or whatever, it's just like the lowest down in society, that's who you listen to in like when society's falling apart or when democracy's like being challenged.
I feel like that makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Okay, so this Black creator, she's saying that up until the 1970s, white people were cannibalizing Black people.
Okay. I truthfully am not surprised by that,
Me
but
either.
also I've never heard that before. And she also mentioned there was a couple books on it specifically.
Yes.
I don't remember the titles, but
it's like cannibalizing the Negroes. Okay.
Justin's early career.
But yeah. We're gonna pull it up because I sent it to you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm literally just gonna like.
Now, I didn't know that this wasn't common knowledge. And if you didn't know this, that means you don't follow me. But white people have always indulged in cannibalism. They ate their slaves and they ate Black people that were free after the Emancipation Proclamation, after lynchings. If you didn't know this, you don't follow me. And if you don't follow me, you should follow me. My name's Chemistry. I teach Black history. I'm not part of Hillman Talk. I just do this for fun. And out of the passion that I have for spreading Black history. And just like everything else on my page, I'm not just feeding you a bunch of bullshit. There are a plethora of books that you can look into that proves that this is a fact. Books like The Delectable Negro, which covers recipes of how to eat Black people. Another book called Edible People, The Historical Consumption of Negroes and Foreigners, and I believe it was like The Cannibalistic Trade. And that's just two of many. But yeah, if you want to know more about the topic, if you scroll down on my page, I have a video called...
We'll pause it there.
Recipe on how to eat or how to cook Black people?
Yeah, it's like a tutorial.
That is, I want to get my hands on it just to have a look. I feel like that's...
She
1970?
Look it up right now.
Okay.
Not that I want to buy that book. It's definitely not going to be on sale.
What was it called?
Anywhere.
Do you remember what it was called?
Just write Negro cannibalism book. Because I don't want to play it again while we're recording. Yeah, and you know, another thing that this... Did you find it?
The Delectable Negro.
Delectable Negro. I don't really want to say that too many times. Let's see. Published by Vincent Woodard.
Let's see.
They published publication date June 27th, 2014. Jeez. The New York Press made it. Okay, it brings together a bunch of evidence of this actually happening. Okay, so someone made the book in 2014. Oh, we're going way out of focus. Hello. Okay, so the more you know.
What's a fun fact?
It is a fun fact. Not really fun.
Not fun. Well, fun to know. Not fun to know. What am I trying to say here? Like, I never knew that, and now I'm much more curious about it all.
You know, it's just helpful to have in your back pocket as a fact. It's good to know factoids, especially if someone's going to show up and just say something really ignorant. I did see someone once that tried to tell me that Black people also participated in slavery and tried to reference, it was probably Libya, just because they have like a really interesting political background, but like you can still trace that back to white people. Anyways, he was just saying something, and I'm like, do you understand that you're being racist just by saying that? Like, you have to acknowledge it. And when someone acknowledges it, you can't just say, well, like, they also did it. And like, do you even understand what you're doing? Anyway, so now you know. Because, and another thing, okay, yeah, she was saying like, well, one of the common stereotypes about like Black people or, you know, the slaves or third world countries is that they were cannibals themselves. And that was like a big thing to make them like lesser in society, was that, oh, like they're cannibalistic and like they're not as enlightened as white people. And yet, oh, and then another thing related to cannibalism is that like so many of the mummies from Egypt were consumed by like Brits. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's also a fact. Yeah, they like thought it like gave them superpowers.
superpowers. There is not like to eat a person.
I mean, you are what you eat, so maybe it is. Maybe eating a human liver like gives you your better liver. I'm not advocating that whatsoever. I don't believe that.
No, I'd rather eat worms.
Right? Probably build some good organs. I feel like it's similar tissue. Well, we can't say too much because we'll be called crazies too, because I think they were talking about eating crickets recently. This was like an alt-right argument. They're like, they're going to make us eat crickets, like the World Health Organization. They talked about it. And I actually know someone that like produced crickets. I actually have cricket protein powder here in my house right now from that. True story. And I did put it in a smoothie, so I have had it. I couldn't comment fully on the taste because I never went like fully to try it. I'm a little scared. As a concept though, like I could, if I had to, I feel it's like woody. It's kind of woody.
Yes, yeah.
Because it's powdered, you know. I think if you grind them up, it's. Anyways, I really hope we don't have to get to that point, but at this rate, we just might. My grandbabies will be eating cricket stew for breakfast.
Gotta get that protein.
Yeah, we go to at least 25% protein. Also, let's just leave it because we're trying not to do too long of episodes for you so that you'll stick around and maybe hear us out because you'll commit to something under 20 minutes. Maybe. We're drinking soju spritzes. And I watched a Korean girl last night, well, on TikTok as well, and she said, Canadians, I know you didn't ask for it, but like, we want to be your friend. Korea's got you. We like you, Canada. And I feel the same way. Also, their makeup right now. Have you heard of Tear Tear?
No.
Okay, they do these cushion foundations. Everyone loves them. Anyways, Korean skincare. If you haven't heard about Korean skincare, that shit is apparently just top notch. I've tried some, but you don't do skincare? What do you do for skincare?
I use just a typical face wash, the CeraVe, yeah. And
dermatologist recommended.
I use those turmeric and is it goji berry?
Goji? Yeah.
Yeah. I use that every 3 days, and then castor oil and frankincense and tea tree oil. That's
castor oil, frankincense. It's supposed to be. I've done that.
Yeah, it's supposed to help with fine lines and wrinkles. Because I'm not 20 anymore.
Yeah, I know. I'm constantly trying to fight mine. You know what I did last night in the when I was washing my hair? I didn't have face wash in the tub, but I was like, okay, I had this shampoo bar, which was like oat. And it was kind of like an exfoliator. So I like scrubbed like this whole area like aggressively because I just think of skin like leather before it's leather. And like one of the ways you work with leather is like you like smooth it out and condition it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's part of my skincare routine. But I think if I quit smoking, it would be a bit better.
If I had less stress, mine would be a little bit better also.
Yeah. I think the castor oil, though, that's like the tits of skincare.
It really is.
It's cheap.
And it works so good.
Yeah.
It makes my face look nice.
I did hear a dermatologist the other day. She was saying like coconut oil, tallow is actually so pore clogging and to be wary. I mean, I put coconut oil on my face probably at like every night, which can be good for those lines. I don't know. Okay, we're trailing off a little bit, but that's it. That's all we got. If you have any thoughts, comments, questions, something you want us to talk about, criticisms, if you want.
Yeah, we're open. We're just learning here. Grow with us.
Yeah, I want your real opinions. We're learning how to talk and be, entertaining as well. So hopefully it's all right. Okay.
Well, that's that.
Bye.